MartiniWorks.
We didn't get that little jingle yet, did we?
Yeah, I know. Wherever you are, whoever you are, give me the goddamn jingle because it's taken.
He said he was making it.
I
It's
know.
probably in our inbox.
It has
somewhere.
been 3 months, Gels.
It's probably in one of our many inboxes.
I went through it.
It's not.
Oh.
Now,
let's give them
now
benefit of
you owe us.
Whoa.
And you also owe your car new car parts. So mod your car at martiniworks.com.
Nice.
Thank
that was,
you.
That was
What a
clean. I
plug.
liked that.
We got a lot of new stuff on the site since we've sat down, the three of us, in the shop. Season 2, episode probably 10 or 9, because we were at Fortunato
8?
and we were at Japan Auto Legends. Is it 8?
I believe it's 8.
We're back. We're back. We're happy to be here.
We're in the shop. We got cars all tore up.
Dude,
behind
we
us.
got fucking car parts and cars everywhere right now.
I can't even go into last names. I'm just going to do first names
You got a
only.
lot of catching up to do.
If your name is Ben, Mitchell, Eric, Jaden, Matt, Lars, Jermaine, Jared, Ahmed, Mark, Carter, Jacob, Alec, not Ben, Patrick, Jermaine again, Jackson, Jacob. There's a lot of.
Jane,
I feel like there's a lot of people that are like, hey, that's not me. I didn't buy anything. Dustin, Yuyi, Alex. I thought it was Yuji. I was gonna make a Yuji Itadori statement, but it wasn't. Peyton, Chris, Luke, Scott. A lot of people had failed payments. They need to go with a firm. Josh, Peyton, Des, Garrett, Daniel, Braden, Matt, Lee, Jared. That's all I got. It's going to keep going. But, hey, it's been a few weeks. Thank you for getting your car parts from MartiniWorks.com. We've got InGen Intakes, K&N, Valvetronic Designs is on the website
Wheels.
now. Wheels.
Stage wheels we
Sage
got on there.
wheels, Koenig, Enki, Rays.
But we can get anything. We can get whatever you want.
It's just been a wild ride, and we just want to thank Continental
Yeah.
tires. So it's been awesome. We've had a good March so far.
It's almost done with March, and I can't believe that.
Yeah.
March was a blink.
What was the highlight in your guys' opinion, so you can share with the class, of March? We went to Japan Auto Legends.
Yeah.
We checked out a coilover warehouse and factory with the boys over at Fortunato.
Oh, yeah.
We got some car parts. We're fully into this space, kind of heads down, bums up, as they say. What was your favorite part of March so far?
Helldivers.
Stop it.
I'm just kidding. Well, sort of. I would definitely say Japan Auto Legends was the best. I love going down there. The guys there are so awesome. Their shop was so awesome. Every time I go there, it's like just jaw-dropping cars. It was insane.
Yeah,
It never ceases to blow me away. Like, it's awesome.
and everything has a story. By the way, that's drivermotorsports.com. If you guys are looking to import a car,
They
highly
got 'em.
recommend. Oh, yeah. They ain't cheap.
Some of them are.
Some of them.
Actually, yeah, some of them are way cheaper than I thought. Like, I didn't realize you could import a car for under 10 grand, and that blew my mind.
Yeah. The what was the one that we drove? Was it the Celsior?
That was the JDM LS400.
Oh, yeah.
It was a Celsior, I think, right?
I get them mixed up all the
They're
time.
all similar.
Yeah.
Different engines, big cars, different engines.
But that was
Probably a
pretty
Toyota.
$9,900 or 10,500 or something like that. So that was true.
Pretty good.
I will say, I'm still not sure. I'm entirely convinced about the market price for expensive JDM cars.
Yeah.
Not sure. I'm sure. That's just an honest take. You guys can correct me if you think I'm wrong.
No,
You usually do.
100%.
But I've seen these cars now crest into like the 70 to 80K range. God bless Driver Motorsports' soul, and people are actively paying for it. But like, I get in it. I'm like, Nissan. Nissan.
30-year-old.
Dude, they're beautiful cars. They're wonderful cars. They make all the good noises, but like the amount of car you can get for that price and what you're getting is not lining up any longer.
I think you say it in the nice way. I always am like, I'm starting to be that guy, but I'm like, man, that is R8 territory. That is R8. And with the last R8 finally off the lots, I got to say, I think the R8 is going to be one of those cars that everyone's going to appreciate in the future.
Oh, absolutely.
That was a new announcement, right? Like
Yeah.
they're like no more production on the
really? I
R8
didn't know that.
Yeah, it's all done.
because it's going EV.
Yeah.
The RV. Wait a minute.
That's trademarked. But hey, I'm sorry, Dakota. We have a flow for this. We typically do. We're supposed to start talking about car builds and updates to our
Yeah,
car
we're a little
projects.
rusty. It's been a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you guys, I've been filming, but you guys been wrenching, and it's been a lot of exhaust work, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, we're literally right behind us right now is an entire Ferrari exhaust
looks like-
from the headers back, which
It looks like it could be an exhaust for 5 Ferraris.
Yeah,
with the amount of parts that are
to
behind
be
it.
honest, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 parts that we took off of the 430. Okay, 7. There are
Why is there
19
an odd
parts
number? Oh.
that are going onto the car for the same amount of parts. I'm not entirely sure how that worked out, but that's essentially what we got going.
We're going to find out.
Yeah, I don't even know the people behind us.
Yeah, we. You're just watching the people. People watching. No, it's been good. The 430 is getting a new exhaust because we wanted to fix the exhaust
Full exhaust.
manifold.
And
Race cats.
and
And what do you mean?
a new livery.
Oh yeah, new livery.
And
Yeah, we're throwing the wheels back on, the BBSs back on. We're doing a little bit of a different side. We'll see if it looks good or not. We're debuting it at Riverside. So Riverside Chattanooga is next week.
Yeah, so it's been all steam, full steam ahead.
all steam.
The last like week and a half or so. We got Clap Car in the building.
Clap car.
It drove here.
I drove it this
We
morning.
got the Ferrari and the M3 up in the air, M3 series. We are working on it. That's super exciting.
Yeah,
That
that'll
will-
be new.
Yeah,
That'll be new. That's
that'll be
coming to the
brand new.
MartiniWorks
So we're-
main channel, so make sure to check that out. We're
been
doing
putting-
2 series at once on that.
Yeah, we've been putting a lot of work into that series. Dakota's been filming a ton. Alex and I have been underneath the cars a ton. We just got a Max Jacks lift delivered today, so we don't have to work on
Had
the
some breaking
ground
news.
with some jack stands. So shout out Ben Peck and Max Jacks for hooking the boys up.
I didn't
with a
realize how, I did some research after Max Jacks actually said, yeah, we'll send you something. And that's like the portable one that can kind of move around and stuff, which I think is dope. But I was underneath the 430 trying my damnedest to get this bolt out.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize how much leverage you lose by having your back like on the ground. And I didn't actually think about that. So I went and I started looking at like research and stuff. And you lose like 40% of your strength by
that
being
a
like
fact?
on the ground. Yeah, like they did a whole study on the fact of like you laying on the ground and doing something with like just part of your arm versus all of your back muscles. I was
I'm
like,
not just weak. I was just on the ground the whole time.
Yeah, but you can use 100% of your weight. That's what I do. Like, I reach out and I just hang. And then I usually punch myself in the face.
dude, nothing will ever beat having like a 2.5 foot extension
was
popping through the
ridiculous.
Nissan with the breaker bar being the jack pole and just like full weight on it, just slowly. All I hear is
No, it wasn't that. It was a gunshot. It was boom.
It sounded like those bolts broke every single time.
I'm like, as soon as you grab that jack handle. First of all, also we did that on a 3/8 drive ratchet wrench for some reason. I don't know why we didn't put a breaker bar on it. I'm surprised that the wrench didn't explode. So shout out Duralass Tools for surviving that
I thought they
monstrosity.
made batteries.
They make brakes, they make they make a lot of things, but apparently they make fucking incredible ratchet wrenches that are capable of 300 foot-pounds.
thank you, Max Jacks, for sending that lift. That's going to be huge for us because working on the ground has not been exactly the best.
No, it's been a trip.
Yeah, so I did put up on the story. I was like, hey, should we bring Clapped Car to Riverside kind of as a joke? And everybody
to
was
go.
like, hell yeah, you should. Not sure how because it's 6 colors, you fucking S chassis nerd. And I'm like, okay.
All right, didn't
So-
need to throw that in.
So we are going to bring it to Riverside. We're going to debut it there. So we've got a lot. We got a lot to do. Livery, we'll call it a wrap and livery, hard top, and then some carpet on the interior. And it should be in a position where if you don't stare at it too long, it'll look like it belongs.
The kit looks good.
You know, we leave in like 5 days. But the car's here. The car's here. Exhaust is out. Exhaust in. So we're halfway done with what we
I
started.
don't know how you guys are going to get this exhaust done on the
Honestly,
430 in time.
Honestly, I'm not concerned about it.
I know,
I'm not worried
Giles. You
about it.
never are. You're never concerned. You always think it's going to go smooth, and I love that about you. I'm just being real here. It's not.
It
It's going to
is.
be hell on earth. You have 45 fucking pieces for an axle back exhaust. I know. Everything's fine. I
It's
know.
not
Every
an-
time.
I like how you say Axelback. To be fair, Dakota's been on a run because when we worked on the M3, which we will see in the entire series,
Dude, that was
be
a
sure to
trip.
subscribe.
That was a
but
trip.
that was again one of those 20-minute, not 20-minute jobs.
Yeah.
German cars are fucking weird.
No, the previous owner was fucking
Also
weird.
that, yeah,
Yeah.
there was some
You could definitely tell
caused
there
by
was.
previous owners.
You could tell that there was one owner that cared a lot about the car, and then the next owner kind of cared, and then the third owner didn't give a fuck. And then Lars bought it, and he cares a lot. So it's like, okay, so we're gonna
correcting a lot of
mess up.
things.
Yeah. And I think it sounds. I mean, it sounds incredible, but I think everything that we're doing to the M3 is the right stuff for it.
Oh, absolutely.
Lars has great taste in what he's picking for it, and I think the whole assembly of it all is really coming together. So Valvetronics actually is on that car as well. If you guys have a European car, you're looking at getting an exhaust, Valvetronic Designs is like 10 out of 10. We love it.
I was impressed with it. I was impressed how it sounded, impressed how it looks.
Yeah, absolutely. You said, well, or what? You went to transition. What did we transition into? You want to transition back to clap car?
Did I
and the
say
wide-
something?
I don't know
My
if you
mic
did.
was down here.
No, before that. Run it back.
The only thing I was gonna say, I think maybe it was like I was like for your axle back exhaust, and you were like, it's not an axle back, but like technically
It does start from that.
it is kind of an axle back exhaust.
It might
I
be
think-
all of the
I
exhaust.
think you're like, it's not an axle back, and I was like, well, I think that's what it was.
I think that is what it
Yeah,
is.
this Ferrari,
I'm so excited to
It's-
hear it.
it's gonna
outside.
scream.
Yeah, outside the
Yeah.
pin wall.
I'm almost positive it is going to start an alarm.
This.
this thing is going to be
You know,
ridiculous.
I was gonna say this is gonna get tickets, but I almost feel like when you see a car like
you
this,
expect it.
you expect it.
Yeah.
So maybe cops won't bug it. Kind of like Harleys. Like Harleys could have the
pass.
and they do the loudest exhaust in the world,
Yep.
and no one gives a fuck.
The greatest thing I will say, because we did go with the race headers, race everything. So it's pretty much just straight flow with an X pipe to give it that nice high pitched sound.
Yeah.
The valve is going to be putting in work 90% of the time, because when I turn that car on, valves are definitely going to be closed.
I still don't think it's going to help. I still don't think it's
I'm
gonna
really
help.
curious because you straight piped a fucking 6-inch exhaust. So
It's essentially just open headers. at this point.
I'm excited. No, it'll be cool.
no, you played us a sound clip, I think, and it sounds gnarly.
Sounds like a fucking Formula One car.
I know. I'm so excited. The whole goal with this car is to get it to run consistently, and having cracked manifolds is definitely problematic for the engine. So that is how I'm justifying this modification.
It is. I mean, they were fine, but yeah, that's a justification.
The good news is getting all the bull. We had to find a male 14 by 1.5
God.
nipple, and that took way too
You had
long.
to find what?
We had to find
Here's one for you.
We had to find one, and it was terrible. We ended up.
I
buying-
got 2.
I bought them all online. They were like, I think I spent a total of like $140
On the wrong size.
on the wrong
Wait, what? They
size.
were $140.
Yeah, they're
for
like
2
$60
bolts?
a piece.
Yeah.
They're ridiculous.
Don't worry. You need to have a farmer friend. Let me explain.
Yeah, Dustin.
Farmers know everything about everything. And because Ferrari fought with tractors for a while, I'm pretty sure half the bolts back there are on farm equipment. So when
Looks
our
like they
boy
were.
Dustin decides to go out there and take a look at the old nipple, he's like, yeah, I can get that from the old down the line hardware store from my buddies in Nina. Gives them a ring. Guess what? They have it.
They
How
were in
much?
Freedom.
$1.08.
I remember you saying.
$1.08.
What are you doing?
If you aren't watching,
Oh.
he's pointing at a nipple.
It's mine. Gels, stop pointing at my. Put my shirt down. Gels, stop. Gels, please stop.
He's twisting the nipple out so you can see it. This piece online was a $60 piece. This piece in Freedom was $1.08.
Put my nipple
Holy
back.
shit, what a deal.
So we're gonna tell Valvetronic to include this in the kit, because this was
Do you need help?
no, I got it. I'm left-handed.
Just cross thread it.
Yeah.
Tights tight, baby.
Yep.
Good.
There you go. So, yeah.
The only other
It's a
bad news.
Ferrari header, by the way.
The only other bad news that I had, well, it was almost bad news. This morning I had Becca follow me in clapped car because I was nervous.
About what?
Driving
Well-
a mile?
One, listen. One, yes. I haven't driven it since drag racing it.
Oh, yeah.
Two, I haven't. So you're supposed to treat E85 before you store it. I didn't really do that. I just threw
Any
some
fuel.
stable in it.
Any fuel.
I threw some stable in it.
That's good. Before you drove it, though.
Yeah.
Ah.
And then also, I do not have a license plate on the back. because there's
That's
no
so
bracket.
weird. You always register your cars all the time.
Yeah, the bracket's the issue.
So unlike
The lack of bracket is what's keeping the license.
So I have Becca following me really close this morning, and I shit you not. The very first turn I get onto a public road, you want to know what's staring right at a state patrol officer.
Oh, the worst.
guy that
I'm
will
like,
get you too.
The boss meter showed up.
And here I am, like hunkered underneath the window because it's cold. It's snowing this morning. I
Yeah,
don't have the
yeah.
hard top on, and there's this doofus in a convertible drive.
You stuck out like a sore
I
thumb.
did.
He was probably like, he's got enough.
I
shit going.
cannot believe you didn't get pulled over.
Becca was riding my ass. She was like,
She's like,
the
she didn't
moment
get
I
pulled
pulled
over.
out, she was like on top of my back bumper. I'm pretty sure
Still.
she was going to get pulled over.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No front plate.
No, he took one look at that car. He's like, he's got enough going.
I don't know. State troopers aren't like that. Though.
I know.
Maybe the state trooper just got there and he's like, dude, it's too fucking early.
It was. It was like 7:30 in the morning.
See, maybe that was
These
it. I don't-
fucking kids.
Going to school again in cars they shouldn't.
Yeah, you're right. It was like 20 degrees this morning. Not only does it not have the hard top, the soft top is out. So
Yeah.
you had no top,
No top, gang.
hair sticking above the fucking window.
I look like a goofy little bastard when I'm driving.
How cold
that,
was
though.
it?
So the heat works really well in it.
Oh,
so
that's
it
good.
actually wasn't bad. And that car has Bluetooth.
No
So
shit.
I can blast my tunes.
How many of your cars have Bluetooth, Alex?
Well, now one.
2.
Well, the GR86, yeah, 2.
Well, I'm not counting the GRE6. I was counting the Z.
The Z's not.
SDK.
The Z's gone.
Oh.
Oh shit! I can't say that. Podcast heard it first.
I mean, it's
There you go.
it's there. It's right
Yeah,
there.
it's not gone.
not gone. What are you
Yeah,
talking
it's not gone.
Anyway.
Gone. Anyway,
Hey, can you? Oh, never mind. Never mind.
nope.
I was gonna talk the exhaust pooping in your video because there's a lot of comments about it, but we can just let we can.
We
let
don't
the
know why that
imagination run.
about? We don't know why that
With
happened.
that.
It was just that was weird.
The comments are the best
was
part.
dying reading those comments.
Nobody's gonna talk about that.
We can't
Casually moved on.
just know we can't tell you the exact reason why, but the fact that it was still in the video without any context, but we know the context, but no one else knows the context, just fucking
It's the best.
kills me. It's the funniest.
Yeah, if you don't know what we're talking about, go watch Alex's Nissan Z video of getting the exhaust on, and there's a
One,
part in
because
there,
it's hilarious.
and the exhaust just poops, and like I real time react to this, and I was like, it took me a second. I was like, what? And I zoom, and I was like, God.
Well, this is because the best part. The best part is because like he's like, what? And you like go to explain it. And you're like, I can't. Like he's like the exhaust. I don't. You just lost it.
I've never seen some shit like that. Literally,
That was a good time. Oh, so yeah, cars are on track. We're really excited to see you at Riverside, Chattanooga next week. If you're going to be there, please come say hi to Gels and I. Dakota will not be there because he's fucking lame.
no, I will not, brother.
So Gels and I will be there. We'll be doing a little meet and greet. I think we'll be doing some podcasts and interviews. And
Oh,
stuff
we're gonna
like
be
that.
filming like fucking crazy. I can guarantee you that.
It's gonna be awesome.
Dude, we went there last time. Million view videos back to back to back to back.
So I
to
expect
back to
nothing
back.
less.
I expect more.
From
Oh,
who?
shit.
Me?
Everybody.
You.
I'm not waking people up in their car. Again.
And I do feel really bad because if you guys wanted to talk to me, I will not be there. But the reason is a good reason. We are road tripping to visit my parents in Arkansas, which I have only done one time since I moved there 5 years ago, and it was for one night when I picked up the Supra. So I'm going to visit my parents. We're taking the Golf R, going on a nice road trip with it, and it'll be nice. So that's why I can make
nice.
Riverside. Gels and Alex will be
forgive
there,
you.
and you can go say hi to them. And
Yeah.
don't call Gels Dakota. Do not do that.
If you call
You shouldn't have
Gels
said that. You should- They're
Dakota,
gonna do it now.
you're going to be revoked a shoe.
Okay,
You're
you're
taking a
banned.
shoe.
You're banned.
You're banned. Strike.
If someone now, if you say that, I'm gonna do it, and someone who doesn't listen to the podcast is gonna mess it up by accident. If I take their shoe, they're gonna be really weirded
Yeah,
out.
what the fuck? Dude, Dakota just took my shoe.
I'm gonna be like, you deserve
If you call me Dakota, you owe me $1.
it. Ooh, you
Or-
and you owe me
or
$2.
If you actually no, even better.
I feel like I
If
should
you
get a
call me
cut of this.
Dakota, you owe me a taco from the taco truck.
Ooh, that's good.
Good call. Last
I
time the
will
tacos were
hold you
fire.
to that.
Yeah, if you
They had crab at the last time we were there.
somebody call him Somebody call him Dakota because I really want that.
They had a crab truck there. Remember
They
that?
did. I remember.
Yeah, I regret
King
not
crab
getting it.
guy
I did
over
not
here.
get it. I did not get it.
If you guys don't know, Dakota loves ordering the most expensive thing on the menu.
No,
when we go travel because
listen.
It just happens to
If
be.
crab is on the menu, I'm ordering it. That's a fact. I'm not going for the most expensive thing. It's just if crab is on the menu,
It
I'm
just
ordering it.
happens to be the most.
And it's always crab. Crab is always the most expensive thing.
It's my favorite.
We could be all doing a vendor meal. We could all be having like waters and burgers. And then Dakota's like, yeah, I'll get the king crab double deluxe with a Mountain Dew.
I did that, but I didn't get Mountain Dew because Mountain Dew's trash. But
Anyway,
Mountain Dew and king crab, what the fuck?
What'd you get? What'd you get for a drink? Was it a
Bloody
Coke?
Mary.
This guy. This guy.
Had all the fixins on it. It was delicious.
All right, we're going to take a small break, but not before we talk about our sponsor.
Continental tires.
All right.
Shit. The sign.
Sign.
We had to move it down. We're
Yeah.
moving it, and then I think we're getting a bigger one at some point.
Good.
You want to talk about Continental Tire, though, and not the sign?
You got to try out your winter tires.
I did. Okay, yes, I did. I did get to try on my winter tire. I know that when this comes out, it's not April yet, but it's almost April. But listen, it snows every other day here near the end of winter and spring. I did finally get to try out my Viking Contact 7s.
And?
Oh my gosh. Dude, I've never had so much confidence while driving in snow. Like, it was great. I could slam on the brakes and the car stopped. I've never been able to do that
in the snow.
in the snow. So
It's like magic.
it's like, dude, I felt so good, like, out there driving. The tires are phenomenal. If you are looking for a winter tire, honestly, just any tire in general, whether that's for something for all season, get the DWS06 Plus. If you need something for winter, the Viking Contact 7 is incredible. If you need something for the track, the Extreme Contact Sport 02, they got the whole thing covered. Not to mention their warranties are absolutely insane. They got you covered for pretty much everything. So if you need a new set of tires, we couldn't recommend Continental enough, and you can also get them at MartiniWorks.com.
All right, so it's already April. We know this. It's crazy to think about because up here in Wisconsin, the clock's ticking in terms of what we can do with our cars.
Almost
So
winter again.
I want to spend a little bit of time talking about, what are we most excited for this summer? And if you guys have something, or gals, you guys have something that you're excited about this summer, drop it in the comments below. We'd love to hear it because I think what I am most excited to start with is taking that thing to Time Attack.
What is that thing?
And trying my best, the S2000,
Oh, okay.
the old clapped car.
That's going to be insane.
Yeah, I'm scared because for those that know like me as a human being and not just like a rapid spitting car person, I'm super competitive. Super competitive, always have been, always will be. And so I'm really excited to actually get behind the wheel and do something that has a slightly competitive nature to it.
Slightly?
Yeah, because I really enjoy it.
You got to be careful with how competitive you are in that sport, though.
Yeah.
I know. Trust me. I'm aware that it's a strength and a weakness, and I'm working through it. Okay?
The thing, my strength is actually my weakness. Sorry. Anyway.
This guy. No, so I'm really excited for that. No, please go ahead.
I'm sorry. We're sorry.
I was ending my laugh. I wasn't speaking, Alex.
Usually we film this in the morning.
Yeah, and it's the
We're
evening. We're all
filming it
tuckered
at
out.
the end of the day when we're working on cars nonstop.
Yeah.
So we're a little loopy.
Yeah, it's been a lot.
Probably the carbon monoxide. Speaking of, don't fuck with carbon monoxide.
I'm just worried that you're going to chase people.
I am
You're
gonna-
going to get competitive.
I
It's
am.
going to be your first day on the track. You're going to think you need a gold trophy. And you're going to be chasing, and chasing is crashing because they both start with C's.
Max-
That's how you remember.
Max Verstappen crashes every once in a while. He's still a winner.
He also has like a $2 billion team behind him that can rebuild his car in 3.2 seconds.
True.
No, I'm excited.
You have shells.
Gels, I think you're a $3 billion team to me.
Give me $3 billion. I can make anything.
20 minutes.
Bet.
No, I am excited. Yeah, I think it's going to be, how do you say it? Like, it's going to be a really steep learning curve for a lot of different reasons. I'm taking the car to ASM in the middle of April for them to do some corner balancing and alignment, all that sort of good stuff. And then they're also just going to do what
so
they're calling like a little shakedown, I guess. They're going to look at the car and they're just going to say, hey, you should also do this, and this, because ASM is huge in the Grid Life series for Time Attack.
The Honda gods.
Yeah,
Literally.
they are. they're gonna look at my car and laugh.
It's okay. It
but-
needs to be laughed at.
But the whole goal is for them to kind of look at things and say, hey, you don't have this, or you have this, or hey, I don't know why this is gone, because that car's been through so many owners and it's also had a really rough life. So I don't know what I'm looking for. If it doesn't have it, I'm assuming it just never did. So I think we're going to go through that. One of the first things they said is like, hey, you said you have stock bushings. That's a big no-no. You're going to want to get those changed out. So we are going to work on that when we can. But yeah, the car is going to be ready for the season, hell or high water. Dakota?
I've never heard that.
Hell or high water?
Yeah.
Really?
What's it mean? I get what it's trying, but what does it literally mean? What is it referencing?
I'm assuming it just means that you're not going to stop no matter what. You're not going to stop even if you were in hell.
Even if the water's high.
Or even if the water was high.
Noah's Ark.
Oh, you need to build a fucking ark?
That's what I'm saying. That's
Jesus
what I'm
Christ.
committed to. Now, what do you want to
Boat
do
mode.
this summer?
Oh, I'm super excited. We just got a fuck ton of, and the podcast here in this first, we just got a ton of parts for the Golf R.
God dang.
And I have started to like that car more than I like my car.
Uh-oh.
That's the main problem.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I have fallen madly in love with the Golf R, and I'm obsessed.
Second Golf R when?
Everyone's sleeping on the Golf R. I'm telling you,
I
dude.
don't think anybody's sleeping on it. They just,
Oh, they are.
They just kind of look at it and they're like, it just doesn't look like enough.
That's why you get to do enough to it.
I hear you.
The aftermarket parts selection is amazing, and I thought it was going to be terrible because like they're not that common. So I was like, fuck, it's probably going to be a pain in the ass. Got to do a bunch of universal shit or whatever. No, it has a great aftermarket part selection, so I'm going to be working on that. So I'm excited to transform that thing, get it a little more aggressive looking, put some on it, and then with that, probably like a kind of a V2 look with the Supra. I have some carbon pieces for that. I want to refinish the wheels. I will be doing that, and then I need to figure out something with the rear end.
What are you going to do like with a driving thing? I'm talking a lot about parts.
Yeah.
You're going to drive it? You're going to go somewhere?
Just gonna work on it and park.
Yeah,
it.
what are you going to do with it? You got to have something you got to do.
No, there was a goal I was supposed to do last year that I guess I kind of did. I wanted to take on Road America, but I took on the autocross course. I want to take on the actual track. So I just want to do like either a track day or a sunset cruise, because I'd even be okay with that, honestly. I just want to get the Super out over to Road America, start dabbling in that stuff and see what that looks like.
Hell yeah.
awesome.
Hell yeah. Gels?
Hi.
What are you doing?
What do you got,
What am
bud?
I doing?
They'll say he's going to sell the RX-8.
Do it. Do it.
Listen, I talked to
said
Dakota
that to
about.
me.
I talked to Dakota about. It's not too out of the picture. If I were to, it'd probably be next year because there are still a lot of things I want to fix on it that need addressing. No, I'm working on everyone else's cars. I haven't been able to work on my own.
Be like that.
It do be like that. No, I actually have been putting in a few hours on the 240, which has been nice because it's even though like it's just sitting in the garage all winter, it's just like the motivation in the winter usually hit an all-time low because it's dark 24/7, it's cold, it's poopy. All you want to do is
Cry.
fucking stay inside and play video games. But no, it literally like the first nice day, it's like I got so much shit to do, and like got the car up in the air, addressing all the brake issues. I think I got it pretty much narrowed down. Car has new brake booster, new master cylinder, new lines. I've just pretty much narrowed it down and been chasing it down to that junction box in the rear where the line coming from the front splits it to the two rear wheels. Pretty sure I have a leak in there. I go to bleed the brakes. There's a lot of air just continuously coming through. And then I did notice a small puddle under there when I let it sit overnight. So that tells me that there's definitely something leaking under there, which is allowing air in, which is giving me a lot more issues too. But I don't know if that was the main issue to begin with. Usually with brakes, it's like you fix one thing. That was the weakest point. It now moves to the second weakest point. You fix that, it moves to the third weakest point. So it's like at this point, it's going to have almost an entirely new brake system in it, which I'm not mad about. I mean, track car, you want brakes, you want them to work good. So I'm not mad putting in the time and the money for that. So once that is all sorted,
So, Drift Day?
Drift Day. Yeah. Bought our first ticket. We got tickets.
Hell yeah.
Drift Day.
Hey.
First one coming up April
Hey. All
20th,
right. Well,
20th and 21st.
Yep.
US Air and Shawano. Excited for that. Excited to get back out there.
Will you come and be our moral support?
Potentially.
You come for once.
Yeah, could you
I've
actually
gone
hang out with us
multiple
for one
times.
Not
time?
when we drive.
Yeah, you're only there when we're
Why
not.
weren't you driving when I was there?
I don't know when
I
you
didn't
were
have a
there.
car.
I was making some weird excuses.
Yeah, I've been there 5 times.
No, I do
never
want to go.
seen
I
you.
do want to see you guys go. I want to see the 10-foot tandems that are going on.
Yeah,
yeah, dude.
The 25
seeing
mile
that
an
anywhere
hour,
else.
15 foot tandem.
No, I
the
think
one
that's
where
dope.
one
I was-
car is drifting and the other car is
Trying
still
to
on the
catch
other-
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. You should totally check it out.
That shit's so rad.
No, my one goal is I want to, obviously, I haven't driven on advanced at US Air yet. I want to do that this year for sure.
It's scary.
My other biggest goal is to drive a track other than that as well. So I know.
Woo! Let's go to GLD.
Yeah, I know GLDs does a lot of stuff. I know there's a couple other places in Wisconsin that do things. So even just hitting up one of those on a weekend, I think would be awesome. And it would be cool to learn a different track, get out of my comfort zone a little bit. And yeah, experience that because I've only driven intermediate at US Air.
I did ask a friend of mine. I was like, because she's gotten really good at drifting, and I'm like, how in the hell did you learn to go so fast? I'm like, is there a trick to it? And her very first question she asked back to me was, are you running on a track or like an open pavement area? And I said, well, US Air is just a track. Like if you fall off, you fall off. And she's like, oh, that's why. She's like, if you go out onto something that's like a little bit more of like an open course, like just open asphalt parking lot, you have a lot less risk to send things so much harder because all you're going to end up doing sometimes is knocking a few cones over. And then you say, okay, I can't go into that. So she's like, you should really try next year to try and find some more open like asphalt layout tracks so you can really start to get a feel of how the car feels at speed.
Sure.
Because at US Air, you're only going, at probably max, 40 miles an hour?
Maybe into that first.
Not even 40 miles an hour. So it's like, it is tougher to try and get that confidence because sometimes you either feel you're either at top a second or you're in super low third.
Because it is kind of unforgiving because it's like, if you give her too much sauce, you go flying off turn 2.
Yep.
If you don't give it enough sauce, you clip the fuck out of turn 2 and your bumper goes flying off as coming out and then you eat it.
Yeah.
Eat the bumper?
Yeah, dude, it's gross. I don't like it.
So we're really excited. That'll be fun. We're going to peer pressure Dakota into driving somewhere.
I just don't want to break someone's car. I would love to learn how to drift. I just don't have money for a drift car.
Yeah, it's okay.
'Cause people that drift are psychotic.
I want to put
You think cars are expensive? Go beat the hell out of it for a fucking weekend.
Go do the thing where it's actually not even supposed to go in the direction it's supposed to go in. Like cars are built to naturally go forward. Like the whole car's built to kind of go this way with turning this way. But when the whole physical force of the car has the lateral G's sliding that,
Yeah, it tends to break stuff.
You're
tends to
literally
break that
using
stuff.
everything on the car the way it's not supposed to be made. You're turning it, you're whipping it, you're ripping the handbrake, you're destroying the tires, you're burning through it. Like it is just so hard on your cars.
it's kind of an.
Crashing in style.
That's why they say it's a little bit of an ugly motorsport, said by the older folk.
Yeah, I don't think it's ugly at all. I don't agree with that
I
statement,
think
but-
it's cool. No, but I think like when you hear some track people talk about it that don't like it at all.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's a dirty sport. It's a ugly sport. Well, he's
dirties.
he's like he's
Dirty drifters.
He needs to get. Yeah, I think he needs to try it.
Drifters don't shower.
That's true.
It's 5:30. Bringing you back. All right, let's talk about something else. Outside of that, we said we want to go spend our time on the track, either do some drifting or things like that. We talked about some car mods, but I think the real question is, what's like the dream goal with the car for this year? Like, do you have a stretch thing that you want to do with it?
Yeah. It's just like realistically, and I think
Don't think realistically. Stop thinking realistically.
That's the problem.
Stop thinking realistically.
I don't know if I'm going to
Stop
keep it.
Okay, well, if you're not going to keep it, then what are you going to do?
Golf R.
You get a second
I would
golf.
get a new one.
Damn.
I'm all
40th anniversary.
No, it's
80th anniversary.
Is it still 20th?
How is it still 20th?
Because the Golf R and GTR are different. They were made different
But it's
model
like the
years.
Okay.
The
20th
GTI is
year.
forever. Except now it's
GTI
done.
is forever. I want that on a shirt. GTI forever. Like a rainbow.
As they cancel it. It's kind of a remembrance.
Yeah,
piece.
it's a
GTI,
GoFundMe.
yeah, GTI forever or not, just a sad.
With like the dates that it's over. Anyways, I would buy that. No, I don't know. Again, like I got to drive the Supra recently. We were taking the Golf R to get some service done, and I had to drop mine off. And I did. It's like, damn, this thing fucking sick. Like, it rips, dude, and it blows those little skinny boy winter tires I have on it. Oh my God, there's nothing. And then that makes me want to keep it. It's just, I don't know. I go back and forth constantly. I think everybody with a car has that thought in the back of their head, like, if I sold this, I could get this.
And it's always during the winter.
But,
like, we don't get to drive.
From experience, I've learned a lot of times, like, I don't necessarily regret it, but I'll miss that car, and I know I'll miss it. And I don't. Again, I haven't hit that point with the Supra where I'm like, I'm done with it. I'm satisfied. I'm not.
Yeah.
So I think that's the unrealistic stretch goal, is getting into another platform. That's the other thing, is I just love to experience different platforms, and there's so much good shit. There's the GR Corolla. There's the new Golf R. There's the new FL5 Type R. Like, all those are in that kind of price range and at similar price points. And it's like, damn, I could hop into that.
I do think for you though, like if you get something that's more oriented for like experience, the thing with the Supra is it's such a goddamn good looking car, and you did a really good job with it, and it's a great cruiser, and it's a great street car, and it's perfect for what you do for it. I feel like to experience, like maybe with the Golf R you're experiencing it too, but it's almost like I feel like you'd want to build something for a different type of use to get the most out of the change. Otherwise, if you just buy another street car like an FL5, you're getting a front-wheel drive, turbocharged car that's going to maybe feel a little bit different, but it's not going to be like, wow, this is an amazing, huge, massive change. I just don't think it would be a huge jump. I just don't know if you would justify the sell. I guess
No, it wouldn't be a jump. It would just be a change.
like a change. Yeah, like
Just be a change.
What about you, Giles? Big dream of 2024.
Does it have to be like experience based, or can it be like
Be whatever you want, baby.
I would like to get the 240 to look nicer.
Yeah, you're talking about painting it, which is a big deal.
Engine out,
Yeah,
trans out paint.
I dropped the engine out. I think it's got, obviously it's a old KA. I think it's been like serviced or rebuilt or something once. The former owner said, but obviously it's a old Japanese engine. It's leaking some oil, so I'd like to get that cleaned up. I'd like to get just the bay cleaned up. But yeah, I'd like to just give it a good refresh. So I do actually have a new Origin stylish bumper on the way, which is cool. So I'll have an actual matching body kit. I'll probably try to snag some new side skirts because those ones are pretty beat up. The rear bumper is actually in really good shape, which is awesome. But yeah, I'd love to try my hand at actually just painting the whole car.
That would be so
People
sick.
have done it, and if it turns out not so great, it's at least better than it was.
I was going to say, I don't think you could make it really...
Yeah.
Fuck, now I feel like I'm talking shit. No, I don't mean it that way, because it's not bad. Like, I've seen a lot worse 240s, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But I just think with a fresh paint job, that would escalate that car so much,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, so
And the good news is there's nothing in it. So when you take the engine and trans
that's what I mean.
there's not-
It's
That
literally like,
engine can't be more than 4 bolts holding
I
it.
don't think it is. It was actually 3 at one point because one of the motor mounts was actually missing. And I remember it was so
Should be
funny.
easy.
When I first got the car, I had our friend Sam come over because he's been drifting for a while and he was willing to help us out. And he came over and was checking out the car, and I'm like, Sam, I want you to do just like a little tech me real quick like you would at the track. He's like, all right. So we're going through stuff. He's like, well, you're missing a nut on your motor mount, and that one's halfway off. It was kind of just sitting there. So yeah, no, I can't imagine it would be that difficult at all, which is nice about the car because everything that I've had to work on has been like, there it is. Because at one point it has
You can
been out.
stand in the engine bay comfortably.
I have done that multiple times.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think getting it this year, I'm focusing on, or like this last few months and like moving into this season, I guess I've been focusing on getting it like to a point where it's operational. I can trust it. It's going to get me to where I need to be. It's going to work when I need it to work. And then as soon as that's done and I'm happy with that, I'm going to start moving into, all right, it works good.
Aesthetically.
Let's get it looking good. Because that's half the part of drifting too, is the style. And
Right.
if your car looks bunk, what fun is that?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure. Alex, you said that you're going to be doing some time attack. Is that like, do you have like a goal with that you're trying to hit by end of the season? Is it like, I get podium, you just want to do some self-reflection?
Yeah, no, I'm not built like that. I'm one of those people where it's like I always feel bad saying it out loud because I know I'm super inexperienced, so I'm sure my time will change. But my biggest dream is to actually be competitive and to do well. And so that process of learning how to do well is what I'm really excited for. So learning suspension geometry, learning how a lot of that behavior works on different tracks, getting a data logger into the car so I can understand where I'm messing up on corners and rumble strips and things like that, and watching temps. But my ultimate goal would be to get some sort of placement with the car at some event throughout the season.
Sick.
I don't care if it's third or anything, but I would like to be able to put my super competitive nature. I used to be in sports for my entire childhood. It's like, God, I'd love to do that because you guys get to see that we get to do a bunch of stuff with the cameras and the cars, but what you don't see is a lot of times I'm spending like 16 hours behind a computer, fucking doing emails and really boring stuff. And I've started to kind of not have a way to express like my other side, which is, trying hard. We used to do soccer and we used to do other stuff that was like always fun. Like
Alex beat me up in soccer.
I did not beat you up in soccer.
You made me bleed.
You guys were both really good at defense in soccer. I don't care what anybody says.
I watched Alex almost need stitches in soccer.
I did almost need stitches, and that was right before we went to Punta Cana, and I said, no stitches. So then they glued it.
They did. They came on the bottle of Super.
It was like my third day at work.
A lot of blood.
Alex was bleeding out on the couch.
dying in here.
Claire also got absolutely wrecked.
I remember that. Dude, soccer was dangerous as fuck.
Yeah, that's because we had people playing in steel-toed boots, and we'd be like, "Where are your shoes?" I don't know.
And there was no rule.
Don't pelt the soccer ball. Oh yeah,
it was street soccer.
It was grass hockey.
It was dude. It was street rules through and through. No one gave
indoor.
a fuck.
There was like literally set up in like a hockey rink.
Yeah,
so there was
it
like walls and like the glass windows or like the plexiglass windows.
Yeah, and it wasn't grass. It was
checked into it. No, yeah.
Anywho,
it was dirty.
So that's what I would like to do. That's kind of the goal, and to just kind of enjoy that and learn that as much as I can. And
better get on that sim.
I know, dude. I know. I've been spending a little bit more time, but not on the version everybody practices on. I've only been on PS5.
Oh, well, I think that's still a good start. I think
something's better than nothing.
Yeah, 100%. Even like you get to know the track. That is the most mind-blowing thing. Like how I played Laguna Seca a lot and then went there. How like it connected in your head. That was mind-blowing.
I will never ever underestimate the value of a sim.
Yeah.
From February last year, doing that Las Vegas Speedway thing with the 430, having the same exact car, the same exact track, and memorizing all of my like braking zones, turn-ins, and speeds. And when I actually went out there in the real, it was this. I was slower in real life for obvious reasons because I was scared shitless. But like the braking zones and all of that. Identical. Yeah. Like there was no change in any of it.
Was that iRacing or Assetto that you did that?
iRacing.
iRacing.
Yeah, that was iRacing. So
legit.
with that being said, we're going to take another big break, but not before we mention our second sponsor, which is Fortune Auto. If you guys didn't know, we actually just did a podcast with them. If you'd like to learn a little bit more about them, Fortune Auto really specializes in coilovers that they do have street applications that are awesome, but they really start to dial in their value when you start to bring those coilovers to the racetrack. We got to learn a lot about how their 510 series works, their digressive piston, the quality control that they do to make sure that every single coilover you get is within a certain spec threshold, which is a very manual and tedious process.
Because if it doesn't fit that, they literally tear the whole thing down and build it again.
Yeah, I don't think they talk about that enough.
No. Yeah, I was blown away when that poor dude that was assembling a coilover while we were there bugging him, put the whole thing together, put it on the dyno, looked at the graph, said, that's a little out of spec. Tore the whole thing down, dumped all the fluid out, took all the shims off, right back from scratch.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
I had to do that with a seat mount yesterday, and I just about started the entire car on fire. So I couldn't imagine doing
that as a
for
job.
a full-time job. But Fortune Auto coilovers, absolutely excellent quality coilovers. The last thing I'll say about it, though, is something I've been touting since the beginning. Customer service and post-purchase experience is huge for me personally because my issues don't arise when I buy the product. My issues arise when I use the product. And Fortune Auto is huge on supporting that, especially after the purchase, to understand why something may be misbehaving or helping you diagnose and how to change your coilovers. They're absolutely killer, absolutely experienced in what they do. So we want to thank Fortune Auto for sponsoring the MartiniWorks podcast. If you need them, MartiniWorks.com. All right, so we're back for the final segment, which is my most exciting part. My happiest part. It's 5:30. I've been up for 12 hours. Don't even get me started. Okay, number one, Laguna Seca settlement finally closes.
Wow.
Coalition 68 has reached an agreement with the Friends of Laguna Seca, which is the not-for-profit which essentially manages the racetrack.
Well, how about that?
You ready for this?
Yep.
Hit me.
After the settlement, which included a $75,000 payout to Coalition 68, for legal fees and lawyer fees. So even though there was nothing to stand on, even though there was nothing to be said,
They got $75,000 out of it.
they got $75,000 out of it.
That's psycho.
I'm gonna sue Laguna Seco.
So
Don't say that.
one has to wonder, do you think they just did it for the cash?
Absolutely. That's the
Yeah.
whole reason it was like started to begin with.
What a bunch of
That was stupid.
what a
Stop
bunch
that.
What a bunch of dicks. That's all I got to
There you
say
go.
about that.
Yep.
That's all I got to say about that. Okay, next up, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. There's a lot going on out here in the world, and it's all EVs. So we're going to talk about none of that.
Yeah. I'm sick of that.
Most loved car brands and owner satisfaction. You guys ready for this? Who do we think loves who the most?
Ooh.
I'm trying to think.
So it's like what's rating the highest among like satisfaction from customers?
you're not gonna,
Subaru owners.
I was good.
you're not gonna guess
Hyundai.
number one.
Hyundai,
Subaru.
Nope and nope.
Kia,
Think California.
Tesla.
EV.
Closer. Dakota.
Rivian.
Yep.
Oh, dang.
86% of Rivian owners would buy it again. I feel like they'd
Listen.
have to because they spent $170,000 on a truck.
That's what I was gonna say. Is who needs to justify it the most? Is what this question
When
is.
you're
asking.
pulling that data from a group of like a total of 10 people, it's gonna be a little higher.
Yeah, for real. 3 out of 10 people, so 30% of all Rivian.
reminds me of like stats class, and they're
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, don't always believe the percentage." Number 2,
Yeah, that's weird.
Mini.
Really?
That's interesting. I wouldn't have expected that.
Okay.
Them little cult fuckers.
Number 3, BMW.
It's pronounced Cooper.
They like to be called little people.
Stop.
Anyway, BMW, huh? Number 3.
Number 3.
I
That
can
one
see
checks
that.
out.
That's-
Number 4, Porsche.
Okay.
Again, these are all people I feel like that buy the vehicle and they're like, I need to justify that I bought a good vehicle.
Yeah, I'm happy with it.
I love it. It's my entire personality.
I feel like we should start at the worst.
Yeah, what's the worst? Yeah,
Yeah, those are the real ones, honestly. I want those cars.
I just looked at the I just looked at the graph and it's like all like pretty far full, and then the last one is like all the way to the left.
Infinity.
Damn.
Yeah, Infinity.
Why?
Volkswagen 28. Well, they keep doing shady shit, so
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
fair.
feel like that's helping.
The shitty shit Volkswagen does is like helps the consumer though.
That's about it.
I didn't care about emissions. I'll be real. I don't.
Just doesn't care about.
Give me a dope fucking diesel, brother. I'm gonna delete all that shit anyway.
You're on a list.
As
For
a
track
joke,
use
as a
only.
joke,
For
yeah.
track use only.
It's a joke.
Next up, Nissan. Those people are just
So
confused.
Nissan and Infinity on the bottom of the barrel, huh?
Yeah, followed by Jeep, Audi, Mercedes,
Jeep
Benz, and
makes sense.
Chrysler.
I don't believe any of that. I don't.
Okay, it doesn't matter then. Didn't happen.
Pay 55K for a box that breaks all the time.
Chill's still on Jeeps.
All right, let's go into the next one. Fisker deal talks with big automaker. I'm not listening to
Big
that.
business.
Smells like big business.
Genesis has a new performance sub brand.
What? It is
They
a
have a
sub-brand
sub-brand. What the fuck are they talking about?
called Hyundai.
Yeah. Hyundai N.
You want to know what it's called? You're not gonna guess. It's an Austin Powers reference.
Leisure.
Shaggy. Laser beams. Gold
laser?
finger.
No, but it's close. You're going
Gold
to
member, I meant not finger.
liquid
Death.
Mercury?
IV.
liquid hot. It's from Austin.
Lava.
Liquid hot magma.
Oh.
That's the name of the brand.
The sub brand is called Magma.
Oh, I thought it was liquid hot.
I was like, okay,
God,
that's kind of sick. Yeah.
Yeah, they're making a It looks like a Veloster.
Why does that's
duh.
not a Genesis and it's not a Hyundai? It's a Magma.
It's in between.
Somewhere in between.
I'm gonna quit.
But what about the Hyundai Genesis?
Magma.
That was an anomaly. The Hyundai Genesis
they-
Magma and
What are they doing?
If you put
naming shit.
if you put it all together, you'll actually get a fully functioning car.
This is like this is like fucking GM back in like the 90s and the 2000s. It's like Saturn, Pontiac.
You know what I
fucking
think is
everything.
happening? I think this is what they're doing in their
going on?
offices. They're like, Hyundai makes like this fucking car, and they're like, dude, this shit is so good. They're like, fuck, it's like too good. Like, I don't want to slap Hyundai on this. People are gonna think it's not good. They're like, okay, let's just call it just Genesis. It'll be just Genesis. It'll be a whole new thing. Now Genesis made something. They're like, guys, like this shit is fucking really good. Like better than any of the other cars. And they're like, fuck, I don't want it to like come off as a Genesis. They're like, all right, just one more, just one fucking more.
But Magma.
Yeah, Magma's wild.
All right. Next up, down bad. Sad day. The Audi R8 officially dead.
We talked a little bit about that.
Died.
Yeah.
The top comment, good question. I'll ask you guys.
Okay.
Which generation R8 do you think is going to be remembered?
The second.
First.
See, I think the first two.
Really?
Iconic.
It's an iconic, timeless look. I don't think you can beat the R8 in terms of just early 2000s.
Yeah, that's not bad. I do like the second
When
generation
you said
better,
it,
though.
the first gen one just popped up in my head. That's why I think
fair.
that one.
I always think of iRobot
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
because that was like the prototype they used to kind of
with,
like
the crazy
tease.
like ball wheels on it.
Yeah.
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 That's right. I forgot about that.
I did forget about that as well, too. I had to think about it for a second.
Awesome, great movie. Also, the R8 created the current landscape of the fancy LED headlight DRLs, which was the R8 thing.
The
You remember
R8 did that?
Yeah.
I knew Audi
And
did
then
it. I didn't
all
realize it was
Audis-
R8.
And then all the Audis got that LED strip, and then BMW retorted with their really angry DRL eyes, pretty much.
Was Will Smith actually a robot the whole time?
No.
He was a human.
What
He
movie
wore
are
his
you
hat
thinking of?
sideways.
That he fought the robot.
He had like robot arm.
No, he's not a robot.
No, you're right. He did have a robot arm because he was in an accident and his wife passed away, but the robot saved him in the car crash. So he lost his arm, so he's half robot. And then at the end of the movie, they go to try and kill him, and they punch it,
Damn.
and it's a robot arm. And he's like, "Not today!" And then he grabbed.
Chris Rock a real one for taking a slap from
a
robot
robot
arm. Jesus.
Actually, he used the unrobot arm. If he used robot arm, he would have
would've
fucking
killed
killed
him.
him. He took it easy on him.
Oh,
Anyway.
this is a good one. Aston Martin design director discusses the piss off factor test when they create a balance of screens and buttons in their cabin.
I want to do the piss off test.
I'd like to partake.
It's literally just a test where they decide
Better
how many
than doing
buttons.
the piss on test.
Somebody goes, "Thank God they have this because this was too much."
What is that?
That is too many buttons.
What in the world? That's AI.
That's not AI.
That's gotta be
It's
AI.
not AI, guys. I don't know what to tell you.
When you were a kid and Googled the Xbox 720,
Yeah.
crazy shit just started popping up.
The internet never lies.
For you, though, listening, it was just a picture of an insane center console with 1 million buttons.
Yep.
And nothing past that. Nothing more, nothing less.
It was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Hey, Giles, we did talk about this before in a little short, but why are auto insurance rates skyrocketing in the U.S.?
I don't know. Why the fuck is everything else going up in the U.S.?
Everything. Yeah, that's a good call.
I learned that apparently they like lobby for this stuff,
Well, no shit.
and it's like there's restrictions on how much they can increase things, and in certain states they're just like, actually, we're gonna take that off. You can lift it as much as you want. So insurance
Nice.
companies are like, sick. Up we go.
Because we can.
I feel sick.
Insurance is a scam.
Insurance kind of is a scam. When
total
you
scam.
have to get, if you, ladies and gentlemen, if you're out there that have a home, and when you get a mortgage and there's insurance, and then there's an insurance to make sure you pay your mortgage, and then there's an insurance that bets against that you're not going to pay your mortgage on time, that you have to pay to have the home, called PMI. That is the stupidest fucking thing in my entire life. Could you imagine that?
I don't even know what that is, but I probably pay it.
pay it.
I have home insurance, and my fence blew over, and it was like $1,400. I was like, "Hey guys, this is the first time I used insurance. I need help." And they're like, "Here's $5." And I was like, "That's not gonna help." And they're like, "We know." And I was like,
They're like, well, the
I was like,
fence
"You're
was
being
sold."
really mean to me." And they were like, "We're like that." And then they hung up. It was fucking insane.
They're like, your fence was old, dude. Sorry.
Yeah. They'll find any reason they can to not pay you, even though you have to pay them every month. I wish we could have the tables turned. Like, I wish they had to fight for my monthly insurance check.
Yeah,
that
I wish they bid for us to go through them.
Yeah.
but in a more
Turn
aggressive
the-
way. I feel like they do
turn
a
the
little bit, but
tables
like,
on 'em.
yeah.
Maybe we should all just stop insuring our stuff so we can look like the St. Louis traffic.
Then I get fines and shit. Go to jail.
I will say there's a lot of people that don't pay insurance, and I know what their cars look like. And they ain't look like ours. That's all I'll say. But then
Looks like one of ours. Anyway.
I pay for insurance on all my car. I'm too paranoid to not like have insurance on my car.
You literally have to legally in Wisconsin.
yeah.
you don't really
Well,
get
that
it.
doesn't stop some people.
I know.
With that being said, we're so happy you listened in on this week's podcast. We know that it was more about us. We will return with more storytelling in future weeks. Next week, Gels and I are going to be at Riverside,
Yes, if
Chattanooga.
you're listening to this,
Please stop by. We have
Coming
some really kick-ass merch that's exclusive just to the event. We would love to see you guys snag
the
some.
merch is sick as fuck.
Yeah,
it's so
a
good.
Brand new style we're doing for a t-shirt. Alex, if you're listening to this, thank you so much for helping out with it. We're going to be there. We'll love your support. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you're listening, subscribed, and rating this old podcast 5 stars. Anything else?
Yeah, get your car parts at MartiniWorks.com.
there
Gels?
it is. Ditto.
All right. Talk to you guys later.
Bye.